here we have French roast, wee, and Italian roast. Ciao. Okay. I'll take the Italian, but I'll tell you what, I'm really not a fan of Starbucks coffee. It has to have a lot of milk and stuff. Roast. These are both the two super dark roasts. Okay. There's that might be the stinky taste. There's a what's it called? I forget what it's called. I hope but you're not filming because I'm making horrible faces. Of course I am. There again we have the Louisiana water thrush. We haven't seen it, but it's making a racket. A pretty complex racket. We had a bit of a wet night and hung our clothes out to dry in the rain. But it's a beautiful morning. And most importantly, my pack's a little lighter and we have water about every 2 miles or so today, which is amazing. Another wilderness, a different one. Mountain Lake Wilderness. A bit faded, but it's Mountain Lake Wilderness. And this is a gorgeous stream. I think this is why people hike the AT. But you get so much else. Road walks, dry spells, crazy rock formations, tourists, sometimes suffering, sometimes just divinity and sublime. Not sublimation, sometimes you get that too. That's unfortunate because that's when ice turns straight into gas. I feel like we've gotten that lately. I think we're approaching the shelter or a campground and people are still sleeping. So we're gonna be quiet. Good morning. I know you don't like religious things, but you have to look at this. I wonder why it's called Warspur. April 1st, 24. Great. I have been carrying the ashes of Kevin Leake for his family since I started my hike at Springer. Earlier today, I realized they had been ripped from my shoulder strap. Best guess is it got snagged while crawling around down tree .1 Nobo from VA 100 in Pearsburg. His family is not upset. In fact, very understanding and glad he is on the trail where he would have been always wanted to be. I still feel extremely foolish, guilty, and irresponsible. Today was the first time I cried on trail, and actually the first time I was sad at all. I still carry a photo of Kevin, which was taken around mile 890, so for now I shall look forward to bringing his spirit there. Quoting from the book, Virginia is like a pancake today, feeling cruisy. I can only hope that happens to us. There we go, eggs and bacon. I'm sure she carries her own red marker because nobody else wrote in red. Oh wait, several people did. Taco Cat and Turtle Toe stopping by for morning reading of the log. This one is deep. Quote, time to pay the mile man. Quote, hoping to make it to Pine Swamp, really struggling lately with big water and food carries. Turtle Toe has a plan that includes goals throughout the day and a double lunch. So we gotta go. Okay, we're off. It's 9:07. We're headed uphill, although it doesn't look like even close to as hard a hill as yesterday. And Turtle Toe has said the goal is to have first lunch on some campground at the top of this hill at 11 or so. I hope she'll adjust it to 11:30. Vast fields of blueberries. The blueberries are starting to form. Summer is on its way. In the last couple of days, it felt like it was already here. This trail up Lone Pine Peak, I give it a 9 out of 10. Maybe even pushing it up to a 9.5. It is super pleasant. It's a nice grade, great trail, some shade. My only deduction is we seem to be still heading north, and lack of breeze at the bottom is feeling better now. Super pleasant to cruise, even uphill. Oh, and there's water sources. Wow. We are hiking through the Hall of Mountain Laurel here and have been for at least the last 20 miles or so. When it blooms, it will be amazing, and I won't be able to stop taking pictures of the blossoms over and over and over, even though they're basically the same. It's like waking to the glory of a beautiful day. It's still just as good every single time. The number one other reason I feel good today is we rebalanced our packs based on speed. I was lagging. Turtle Toe was definitely more energetic, so I gave her a pound or two. It makes a huge difference. There's an optimal weight, and as soon as you creep over it, performance really dips. I hear water. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Time to sit and relax for a minute and wipe off my sweat and rearrange my pack to get into summer mode. Woo. Woo. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. 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 There's the sweat dripping down my back of my pack. There's my shirt hanging up. Oh gosh. And here is my towel that's still wet. It's like 66 degrees, which is 30 degrees cooler than it's been in the last couple of days, and I'm still sweating balls. We made it to the campsite. It looks like a beautiful campsite. Isn't it a beautiful campsite?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just went for a run.
I was listening to music for the last 10 minutes.
You were?
But my hearing aid just went. So I have to move it down.
Everything's wet?
Well, not everything, but the tent.
Turtle Toe says a lot of these trees look rather dead. I was trying to say, no, it's just spring and we're at 4,000 feet or so. But, you know, I have to concur. They do look quite dead. I wonder what happened here. Just did a really fast last mile because we got rushed by an unfriendly dog with two very questionable humans who were mumbling and rambling about how it's their backyard, and it made me really pissed off. No comment, huh? Spring beauty. Brighten your day. Ow. Rocky here. I guess given the terrain dealing with here, the trail's not too bad. But I'm not liking this mountain. It's fine, but between the crazy, annoying people and the raspberry branches grabbing me, I'm just not jamming on it. Yuck, 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 yuck. I'm gonna stick to my faith that this will end at some point. It's not the worst, but I'm over it. You caught right up. Go ahead.
Every once in a while, I like to stop and look around.
That was only my head.
Sorry. I apologize.
Here are the anemones, up close and personal. I'm hoping this uphill means we are exiting the River of Rocks area. It's more like a delta of rocks. Whew. We're in Fern Gully, except it hasn't started yet. Fiddleheads as far as the eye can see. I think this might be a big old hobble bush, but it's weird that it's alone. I'm thinking this is the simply named starflower. We made it to the other side of the rocks. It's so exciting. I'm running down the trail. Bailey's Gap, and nobody's here. Going on 4 p.m. Even though we're getting to the bubble, we saw like 10 to 15 Nobos in the last hour or so. They're not the kind of people who are stopping at 4 p.m. We have opted not to go down any big downhills for water. This might be the part of the trail where people get mileage fever, because they're like 600 miles in. They're feeling pretty good. Their fitness is good. There's still a lot of people on the trail. was thinking because we're just meeting all these people that are doing 18 and 20 miles a day, and they just seem a little bit mileage obsessed. Nobody can see anything on the side of the trail. Like, everybody missed the Kefir Oak, which is giant, and you can literally touch it from the trail, and you have to go around a stile where you're literally facing straight at it, and it is a tree that's probably 15 feet diameter. But I also have a little more reason to think that mileage fever kicks in here, which is I read this kind of cool poetry book called Human Powered Poetry for the Appalachian Trail that some guy did after his hike. And Woods Hole, which is the hostel we're going to in about 30 miles or so, Woods Hole had a poem about big mileage boasters. And it's funny because that's exactly the spot on the trail we are, right by Woods Hole. And he said in the poem, it was a very short poem, but apparently I got a lot out of it. Why don't you stop and relax? What's the purpose of the trail if you can't sit and enjoy it? This is pretty. I like this part much better than the rocks up top. The God-fearing gentleman we just ran into said this was the steepest thing he's encountered yet on the trail. Which, yeah, we're going downhill, but it doesn't seem terribly steep to me. So that's a good sign in general. Lone Pine is another all-day mountain. That's a category with a lot of mountains in it. I'm just thankful it's not a more than one-day mountain. Towards another beautiful laurel brook. It's a crazy kind of southern forest. Tall pines, beautiful. Oh, they're getting taller.
I hope this isn't it.
We found the water. I love these laurel streams. Oh, look how nice it is. We're live on location here.
Do you want some water?
Yes. Feels like a maze. Eee. Nope. Little lights marking the aisle. Not as long as the James River. Cherokee Flats. This feels very southern. Oops. Bye. This area is full of water sources, which is ironic because we're about to start up the mountain and not have water for the next 10 miles. Look at all this water. Even water in the trail. Wow. And it did rain last night, but I don't think it's really rained much for the past week or so at least. Certainly not heavy. We have a raging brook and some ancient infrastructure. And a beautiful camp. Natural ledges, or, oh my. Wow.
I'm very comfy.
What does it say? Shelter Point 8 Pine Swamp Branch. That's where we're going. Oh my God. Ah, that is crazy. Well. Ah.